Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know history, history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History, history.
Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down for the road. The Lord Almighty made me. Laws I got, they changed me. We can see the truth now. Got them looking crazy. Man, I'm always searching. Yeah, you hear I'm searching. Yeah.
All right, we're back. We're back. I don't know what happened. Well, I have an idea what happened, but I'm not going to speculate. We're going too hard right now. We're going too hard. If it's not yay, it's us.
Basically. Damn the devil.
If it's not yay, it's us.
Oh, you gonna learn today?
Yeah, I like that. All right. New soundbite. I like that one. All right, so where we at? We were at, let's read this. Let's go on. Continue.
All right, it says the Gothic power fell from public and private degeneracy.
The Gothic power fell from public and private degeneracy. Gothic goes into the so-called white man. They were the Gothics. That's the family of King Ferdinand and Isabella. They fell from public and private degeneracy because when the Moors conquered them, we forced them into the mountains. I went over this way a long time ago, and we forced them into the mountains of Mount Covadonga, and they resided there for many, many, many centuries, damn near centuries, and they eventually began to lose their language and their stability, morale. Well, they were never moral, but they became more degenerate. So once they took over, they began to rise out of the public and private degeneracy that they were in. Watch, it's gonna stay right here. It's gonna conclude that. Watch, Spain,
like Campua, avenged herself on her conquerors by her seductions.
So Spain, like Capua, avenged herself on her conquerors by her seductions. How? Because it's going to say how. Watch. Keep going.
They became luxurious and unwarlike.
The Moors. We became luxurious and unwarlike. When we conquered Spain and Portugal, we were warriors. We were bred for battle. There's books that say that when we came across to Spain, when we crossed that water, everybody walking around the APAC. Everybody came to Spain but ready to kill and take and conquer everyone and everything on that land. Then we got fat.
Comfortable. We
got comfortable, complacent, and the white man's in the caves like, oh, you niggas done forgot what you did over here. We gonna start taking back the land piece by piece. And then they gave their daughters over to our sons. The daughters all in our ear. Becky's all in Taekwon's ear, King Taekwon. Yeah, we should do over that. We should go this way, go that way. Yeah, whatever you say, my love. And we just fell for it. Go ahead.
Divided amongst themselves by the rival factions.
It said, read that part again. Spain what?
Spain, like Capua, avenged herself on her conquerors by her seduction.
Bribery, alliances, money. Watch this.
They became luxurious and unwarlike.
Watch this.
Divided amongst themselves.
What did Christ say? A house divided against itself shall not stand. It will fall to desolations. It says what? Read that part again. Divided what?
Divided amongst themselves by the rival factions of claimants to the crown.
Right. I should be king. Why is he king? Why is he ruling? I should be a ruler. We started fighting among ourselves for power. Go ahead.
Crabs in the barrel.
Go ahead.
They could not stand.
They could what?
They could not stand.
Ain't that what Christ said in Matthew? Yep. A kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Go ahead.
The persecuted Jews carried into Africa the secret of their oppressor's weakness.
So the what? The persecuted what?
The persecuted Jews carried into Africa the secret of their oppressor's weakness.
What weakness is that? Read, I'm going to say it.
The African descendants of those expelled from Spain by the Romans.
Stop. We got to go back now. Because there's a lot in just those statements alone. It says the persecuted Jews, what?
Carried into Africa.
The persecuted Jews carried into Africa. Watch this.
The secret of their oppressor's weakness.
What secret of our oppressor did we carry into Africa? It's going to say it here, next part.
The African descendants of those expelled from Spain.
The African descendants of those expelled from Spain are those Jews that were put out. But what do we adopt from our enemies? It's going to say it. Watch, read.
Expelled from Spain by the Romans.
Stop. How are we expelled from Spain by Romans? Roman Spain isn't the same place. Because the people that ruled Spain were Romans. King Ferdinand and Isabella were Hispano-Romans. They were Romans that took over that area of Spain. They were not. So the Spaniards, conquistadors and them, those are Romans. The ones that came over here and took over this land and colonized it, conquistadors, those are Romans. And they established this part of the world, and America was born. This is an extension of that empire.
That beast healed
This
itself.
is that beast. That beast healed itself. This is America is an extension of Rome. I say it all the time. Now you're reading it for yourselves. Read again. The African what?
The African descendants of those expelled from Spain by the Romans, like the modern Moors.
Like the modern Moors. The modern Moors is black people. Go ahead. In this year he wrote this. That was still us there. The modern Moors, go ahead.
Never relinquished their hopes of reconquest.
That's what it's referring to. When we got carried out, when we got expelled from Spain, we ended up being what? The weakness we carried from our oppressors was the luxuriousness of being unwarlike. Once we got kicked out of Spain and chased into Africa, the battle on us was gone. It was gone. Okay? So now, get me
Yeah, that video. Want to play that?
the video is let's get it.
That's it right there. Hey Jazz, introduce the video, bro. This is concerning nigga.
Yo, so this video right here is a comedian. I forgot the comedian name, but anyway, this is set in the 1800s, and this is when the word nigger first popped off. Saying nigga, not nigger, but
This is
nigga.
just a joke on how the word nigga became how it was born, right?
Right. How I was born, pretty much.
And those who didn't know it was like, yo, this is offensive.
Right.
And dude's like, nah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but play.
He's like, yo, it's gonna. He say, just hold on. This, you know,
It's going to pick up?
it's gonna pick up.
watch, yeah, let's play.
What's up, John? How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Not good, man. I've been on the run, man. I just got
On
back
the
in.
run?
Yeah, I just got back in town today, man. I went to that bar down southeast that Margaret told us about.
Yeah, I remember.
Boy, you would have thought it was a Klan rally up in there. Boy, I thought that was my ass, man.
What happened?
Man, I just went in there to get a cold drink, and I'm thinking, you know, it's gonna be a little chill and stuff. How you doing, sir? It's
Good, nigga. You heard him?
Hey, yo, what you just called me?
What's up, nigga?
You don't get to call me that, boy. You don't get to call me that. What's wrong? You don't get to call me that.
Look. You don't think I know what I'm doing? Huh? I'm doing this for us. Think about it. If we take back the word, it don't harm us no more.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, nigga.
Feel that?
You say, you feel that?
You feel that?
Take it back.
Take it back.
Feel that? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, take it back. It's yours, nigga.
Hey, let's go, Slee.
I'm just chilling, nigga.
Say what? I'll come over here and beat your ass, nigga.
Hey, how you been, nigga?
Hey, you said what? Hey, stop playing with me, nigga. Wait, I didn't mean, wait. I didn't, wait.
Yo, they is stupid. Whoever thought of this, man? That was they smart, man.
Yo,
They stupid.
Dink, but that's heavy, and that's crazy how it pertains heavy to what you bringing out
Right,
now.
it does.
So he pretty much saying how it probably started off
As a
Call-
joke, as a
yeah.
parody on how it started,
Yeah.
how the word nigga was thrown as a slang term,
Yeah, I
as
mean?
opposed to being derogatory. Right.
And it's in you. It's
Right.
in you. No matter what you trying to be.
Right.
You trying to be same old cool house
Right.
house nigga. It's still in you.
Hey, you
Right.
see what he
So
said,
still, like
yo,
Jay-Z
I
said,
see you,
still
black.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that?
Because Esau said, you know, Esau was like, you nigga, but meanwhile, we was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It became derogatory because Esau denoted it as a negative, as you're black and nothing. But before it was nobility, it was rulership, it was power was behind that name. But Esau made it derogatory. So now, let's go back. So I showed that we were divided against ourselves, and we carried into Africa after we lost Spain and Portugal the weakness of being unwarlike and just no fight left in us. Give me Deuteronomy 32. Excuse me, no power. Deuteronomy 32.
28, you said? No power
Was it
now?
33? That's 32 or 33. 32 and no power. 32.
Verse 36.
Yeah, read that one.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 36. For the Lord shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants when he seeth that their power is gone.
That what?
That their power is gone.
Go ahead.
And there is none shut up or left. And he shall say, where are their gods, their rock in whom they trusted?
Because remember, when we fell as the Moors, when we fell as the Moors and so forth in Spain and Portugal, we were Muslims. A lot of us are Muslim. We were into Judaism and so forth, or Christianity. We fell. We started to fall into all different types of ideologies, and we were divided against ourselves. I'm a better Muslim than you. You're a better Muslim than him. It got crazy. So our power eventually was removed from us. That power of ruling was temporary. It was not the Lord. Okay? It wasn't by God's power we took over. It was by our own. And that power of our own is temporary. So now, let's go back to where it was at. When Scotland was Jewish, I want page 21.
All right, Israel. Let's hit that like. Let's hit those like button.
And if you look at it too, Dick, somebody just made a comment, like in Cuba, like in the so-called Spanish islands, that the word negrita, negritos, it mean the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like in love, let's build together. It was nothing derogative.
Matter of fact, give me real quick the book I told you to hold on to about the blacks, so I can just and you can just drop it. 'Cause I don't. That's kind of gonna tick me off if I don't do it now. This book is called, I believe, it's Lerone Bennett Jr.'s book, right?
J.A.R. Rogers.
Oh, it's Sex and Race. It's Sex and Race.
Yes, sir.
Is it? J. Rogers' book? What book is this?
Sex and race.
Sex and Race, right? Okay, Nation Knows the Color Line. Okay, Nation Knows the Color Line. J. Rogers, page what? Page 65, Negro Ancestry and the White Race. Now remember, when the Israelites ruled over Spain, Portugal, France, we were the black oppressors. And they lived in our black divisions and adopted our names of our families, of our children, based upon being our slaves and property. Now, during that course of time, we began to marry and intermarry and make, take white women and so forth and make babies with them. A brother or sister in the comments weeks ago had made mention that we glorified the fact that the black men were taking white women and making babies. At no point in time did I glorify that at all, and say in that, because I've gone over numerous times in Scripture that the Lord wants us to marry our own people, marry our own kind. No, have it. Marry our own kind. Just copy every single page you have that you didn't copy from there. Whatever you have, yeah. Anyway, marry our own kind. So, to make a long story short, I didn't glorify black men taking white women and making babies, But we were doing that. And you also had instances where you had black women taking white men and making babies. I don't glorify that either. However, here's the difference though. And this is not, I'm not glorifying it, but I'm making it very clear. The Bible is the only book that is capable, that pretty much confirms that the black man has to marry his own kind. Ain't no other book on this earth that's going to sit there and tell you you have to marry your own kind because A, B, and C. Because that'll be someone's opinion. God told his people that you're peculiar to me, you're special to me, marry within your own kind, period, which is a beautiful thing. The difference between a black man marrying a heathen woman and a black woman marrying a heathen man, here's the significant difference. When a black man lays with another nation, a heathen woman of any nation of any kind, he's going to produce his own kind, because a woman carries the seed of that man. Wherever he plants his seed is whatever grows in her womb, that's him, male or female. That's him. So when a black man goes and marries a white woman, an Arab woman, a Chinese woman, any heathen woman outside of Israel, that's an Israelite man. Period. His lineage continues. Now, the child may vary in features based upon growing in that woman or growing in that soil, but it's still of that man. Now, when a woman goes out of her way and lays with any nation of men outside of her own, she's helping to produce more of that man. So when women go outside their race, it's more detrimental for her because she's not bringing back her own kind. She's bringing back his, because she bears the seed of that man. So it's way more. There's a scientific and a biblical and a God-like bias. Women do not have sperm. Y'all don't have seed. We do. You nurture the seed. That's why y'all receive, we give. That's how it goes. That's the nature. That's how God has it. You got a problem with that? Take it up with God. Now, I don't condone either, because the Bible doesn't condone either. The Bible doesn't condone a man laying with a heathen woman, nor does it condone an Israelite woman laying with a heathen man. Are there instances in the Bible where it has happened? Yes, but God had laws against it. And under Moses, there were certain exceptions that were put in place. But over time, the Lord said, listen, I don't want you doing that at all. Israel did it anyway, but there were laws that regulated it regardless. You understand? So my point is that the Most High said, primarily by law, take your own kind. So I don't condone what our forefathers did in Spain and Portugal, banging a bunch of white women. No. But the reason why I present that fact is because in modern society, they'll say that a lot of the mulattoes that came over here, light-skinned blacks, high yellow, blue, with a blonde hair, whatever, that came from the white man's powerful penis floating through the winds, going in all the black women's vaginas and just jizzing inside of them and making half nigga babies. That's not what happened. That's a lie. So I emphasize on the fact that I meant brothers were mating with white women, and most of the mulattoes came from that union. Not from white men banging black women, but more so black men laying with white women. That's where the mulattoes primarily came from. Because white folks today are very, very weak when it comes to procreation. Go ahead, read that. No, I'm not angry. I'm good. I'm good.
Hey,
wait, so Deep. Go ahead.
No, real quick, Deep. What you said was Numbers 1 and 18, that the pedigree is of the father.
Correct.
But for those new listeners that may not know,
let's read that.
Yeah, when you said this book is the only book that forbids marrying other nations.
It does.
Let's get that real quick. In Deuteronomy.
Now, some will argue and say, well, our forefathers did it. They did, but God did not condone it.
Correct.
But when Israel did do it, despite God being against it, there were laws put in place on what to do when a man decided to be rebellious and do it anyway. But God did not condone it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it again. God does not condone interracial marriages at all. But there are laws put in place that regulated it because Israel did it anyway, like divorce. Mm-hmm. God hates divorce, but there's laws on divorce because Israel would do it anyway. That's my point. So just because there's laws that allow it, don't mean God condoned it. doesn't mean God condoned it. That's my point. God primarily wanted Israel to stay within their own nation because we're special to him, both the men and women. Go ahead.
So if you just tuning in for the first time, just so you don't think this is hate speech, it's clear cut in the Bible.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly.
That's it.
So that's the Lord saying right there, do not let the other nations. Do not do that. Numbers 1:18.
Book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers.
By the house of their fathers, or the clans, or tribes of their fathers. Go ahead.
To the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward.
So the pedigree was based upon the house of your fathers. House of your fathers. Like the term Semite, for example. Semite. Sem, Noah's son, had many children. And those children became Semites. Okay, by the house of their father Shem. All right? Hamites, Japhites. We're Shemites, like Ye said.
Hey,
all right?
So Deacon, in short, you black and Latin women that decide to be with another nation, you're agreeing to build up their race.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly. But I'm not saying that when a black man goes out and marries other nations of women, it's okay. Even though when he does, he's not destroying his people. He's still married. He's still producing his own kind. That child may grow up. I call them mixed nuts. A lot of these kids grow up with different parents. They be retarded. I don't know what I am. I'm confused. But that's why the Bible says marry your own, so your child can have confidence in their stock. Because when your child grows up and they look a certain kind of way, they don't know which side they should be on. Should I be on the white side? Should I be on the black side? They're confused because they don't know which side to pick from. That's why God said to avoid the confusion, marry your own. So your child knows that they're a Negro or Israel through and through. Right. There's no confusion. There's no mishap. But I'm so light. My eyes are green. I don't know what I am. Am I a nigger? Am I half nigger? What am I? No, you're Israel. But because of your father doing what he did, now you're confused. Look. I'm gonna give you an example. Look at Vin Diesel. He goes by his mama, a Sicilian. He follows behind her path. The Rock, he subscribes more so to the Samoan side of his family. The Drake subscribes more to the Jewish side of his family. Tiger Woods subscribes more to the Buddhist side or Chinese side of his family. This is what happens when you go and marry outside. These are examples. And to go further back, when our forefathers married white women, a lot of their sons became sellouts and became conquistadors, came over here and started killing their own people on this side. Latinos. Because they all confused.
And that's scriptural.
And turn on their own fathers. And side with their mamas. That's scriptural too.
Because I think it's in Nehemiah, it says that the mother was the one that's going to teach you the language.
Right.
It's going to teach you.
You know? You can get it. You can get it real fast. You can get it.
You're going to learn more from the mom.
The Nehemiah 13?
Yes.
Because the mother, like a wise man once said, or wise men have said, the woman is the first teacher to the child. She's the first teacher. So whatever the mother teaches them, they're gonna grow from that. Nehemiah 13 and
yes, verse 24.
Yeah.
Verse 23. Book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod,
Ham,
of Ammon,
Japanese,
and of Moab,
Chinese.
And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the language, in the Jews' language.
They couldn't speak their own native language, their own native tongue. Go ahead, because their mothers raised them. So they raised them to speak in their language. Go ahead.
But according to the language of each people.
That we married. Edom, Ammon, Moab, go ahead.
And I contended with them.
So Nehemiah was fighting them. Yo, stop marrying these women. Go ahead. Because if it was okay, why would he contend with them about it? Go ahead.
And cursed them.
And he cursed them. Go ahead.
And smote certain of them.
Whipped them behind. He started beating on them. Nehemiah was beating us up. Go ahead.
And plucked off their hair.
And pulled their hair out their beard on their head. Go ahead.
And made them swear by God.
How do you think he made them swear? By he beating them up and saying, swear you won't do us again. Go ahead.
Saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
See? So he's saying this is why, because he's quoting law. Don't do this. You're causing confusion. Your children are all confused now because you keep doing what the law said not to do. But because Solomon did it and David did it, y'all think it's okay? It's not okay. Stop doing it. That's what Nehemiah is saying. I don't care what they were doing. They weren't supposed to anyway. But the law said not to do it. You ain't them. Don't do what they were doing. That's what Nehemiah, so Nehemiah was whipped. Why was he fighting them? Because they were saying, so what if I got a heathen woman? So-and-so had one. He was going hand, they were throwing their hands. Because they're going back and forth with him. He didn't make them swear. They were doing what the Lord said not to do. They were doing it anyway. The Lord didn't condone it. But there were laws that regulated it because Israel was doing it anyway. Likewise, divorce, same thing. All right? So I do not consent to interracial marriage based upon hating white people for how they look or color or any other race of people, but because God tells us to marry within our own. If you have not done that or you disagree with that, that's fine. You're against the Bible. The Bible tells us marry within our own. Every culture outside of our own understands that mechanic. The East Indians understand that. The Chinese understand that. The Arabs understand that. And our people over there in Africa, our brothers and sisters over there who are colonized in parts of Africa, they understand that. But the black Negro, the African American over here, or the Caribbean over here, Negro over here, or Hispanic over here, we confused. But the Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiians, Arabs, East Indians, the Assyrians, they understand marry within your own. Network within your own. They understand that. Even so-called the Israelis understand that. Palestinians understand that. But we all confused. And they don't have our book. Our book says the exact same thing that they do. Be confused. Anyway, let's go back to this page now. I'm sorry. That was a tangent. Let's go on.
Much needed, sir. Much
Yeah,
needed.
I'm sure it was.
Minus some music. That would be nice.
If you have any if you have any comments or questions, please reach us at 267-702-6121. That's 267-702-6121.
Hey, are they seeing this?
They don't have to.
No, I don't see that.
267-702-6121. They can't see that one. 267-702-6121. Read this, please.
As regards Christian Spain and Portugal.
See that? As regards in Christian Spain and Portugal. Go ahead.
Negroes were imported in droves from 1440 until the abolition of slavery in Portugal in 1773.
Go ahead.
Already before the discovery of America, says Fernando Ortiz, several thousands of Negro slaves had been expatriated from Senegal, Guinea, and the Congo, and were working in Lisbon and Algarve.
Working in Lisbon. Damn. And where else?
In Algarve.
Go ahead.
In Seville and in all Andalusia.
Seville is Spain. Go ahead. And Andalusia. Go ahead.
The Catholic sovereigns were dealers.
We were conquered. Go ahead. 1440. Go ahead.
The Catholic sovereigns were dealers in Negro slaves. It was Christopher Columbus who went plundering in Negro slaves in Guinea before stealing Indian slaves in Cuba.
Wow.
We never taught that, huh?
We ain't learned that. They ain't learned you that. They ain't learned you that.
But
That this dude Columbus is stealing us from Guinea and then turn around and stole Indian slaves also from Cuba. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they shaking they behind going down around the hand for Columbus Day.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Simple as hell. Go ahead.
Before the discovery of America, the Negroes already were cutting sugar cane in Andalusia.
Wow, you were already in plantations in Andalusia. Go ahead.
And in Seville, there was a municipal council of native Negroes with fraternal orders, kings, and overseers.
Wow, wait.
So that means we were from
there.
We were from there.
Right.
It says there were native Negroes that what?
It says already were and in Seville there was a municipal council of native Negroes with fraternal orders.
Kings
and overseers.
We were kings. So you had some parts of Spain when the white men took over lands and conquered us, we were slaves in those lands. But other parts they didn't take over, we were still kings over those lands. We were divided among ourselves.
Right.
So read on. We read that earlier. Go ahead.
The Negro came first to the Indies from Spain, not from Africa.
Wait. Whoa.
Wait a minute.
You gotta read that real slow, because none of y'all think that the slave trade started from Africa and over here. No. Read it again.
The Negro came first to the Indies from Spain.
So the Negroes that were shipped to the Americas came from Spain. Now remember, we read earlier that the Jews were exported from Spain and Portugal.
Right.
And they were called African Moors in the same breath. That's who he's talking about. It's the same people. Go ahead. The Negro. Go ahead.
Not from Africa.
Not from Africa. Go ahead.
And as Euclides de Acuna said of Brazil, the mulatto was not made in America.
The mulatto was not made in America. Meaning what? Meaning that the mulatto did not come from a union of a white man and black woman being raped. No. That's what most of you black folks say today. Oh, we all got white in us. We're all mixed. No, that's not true. Go ahead.
He came to us already made from the mother country. The African Negro slave trade was more abundant during the 15th and 16th centuries for the peninsula than for America.
Right, meaning it was because we were conquered at that point in time. So the mulatto was born in Spain with a white mother and black man. Read the next part here. Negroes what?
Negroes were adopted into royal families.
Negroes were adopted into royal families. Go ahead.
Given the royal surname.
And given, whoa. Yeah. You read that earlier about them names being given. Right. Royal surnames came from us. Go ahead, read it again.
Negroes were adopted into royal families, given the royal surname, and accepted into marriage with the nobility. Moreno Villa named several such, among them Don Alfonso, Carlos de Bourbon, adopted son of Charles III, and an architect.
Go down. Is that it? Let me see, there's more. That's all I want. That's all I want. So, just showing you that how things turned around. Things turned around. Now, going back to the clans, the Campbells, the McLeods. You got something, Jez?
Yes, sir.
Well,
get the Deacon, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, let me read this out first. Give me page. Before I forget, page. Get the book over. I need the book.
Yo.
Page 21.
Hey, real quick, while they get that, Deke, we got a comment.
All right, let's get it. Let's comment.
Yes, sir. It says, y'all are doing an amazing job. One of my most favorite IUIC TV shows. Very smart and intelligent leaders. Thank you for this truth. That is from Adira Israel, IUIC ATL.
All praises.
All praises. Thank you for watching, my sis. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. All praise the Most High.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to find this information in your school system.
We got one more while we looking.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Says, Shalom, brothers. Quick question. What people were the Assyrians, Persian and Medes? Oh, what people were the Assyrians, Persians and Medes? Thanks. Shalom.
No, the Assyrians are people who resided in between. They were called Ashur, the children of Ashur, Semites. When you read Genesis 10, he had a son named Ashur, and the Ashurites or Ashurians became Assyrians. They're also referred to today as Kurds, like Kurdistanians. There's like a little area called Kurdistan. Mm-hmm. It resides in between Egypt, Iran, Syria, and Iraq. I think it's in Egypt. It's like a little called something mountains, Assyria Mountains, Nineveh Mountains. It's a little county in between those areas, and they intermingle with each of those groups. With Syrians, a lot of Syrians intermingle with them. Even in the Bible, they intermarried a lot. But the Syrians, Iranians, Iraqis, Turkey, they're in between those lands. They're in between. So the Assyrians make up pretty much a percentage of each of those areas. But they were a people in themselves called the children of Ashur in Genesis 10. A-S-S-U-R, I believe, or A-S-S-H-U-R. All right? And Persians and Medes, Persians is Iranians. And the Medes are the children of Japheth called Magi. But the Magi and the Persians were very much alike in features and intermarried heavily. And Medes eventually became Upper Iranians, Upper Iran. That's where Media is, Upper Iran and Lower Iran. So Persia is like Lower Iran, Elam, East Indians, and Medes is like Upper Iranian. That's Japheth, really. That's really Japheth, all right? Because Japheth had parts of Europe and parts of the Near East, and, Shem had part of Africa, Near East. Ham had part of Africa, Near East, and Europe. They shared lands, all right?
All praise.
So that answers your question.
All praise. Y'all got the books ready?
We got
Page 21.
And y'all scan page 235 on that last other book, right?
You don't forget it.
They got a few
some
more.
time.
Yeah, I just got two more.
You're
All right.
doing pretty good with time too. So page 21.
All right.
I want you to read H.R.H. Michael, second paragraph, right there.
Says
Just the underlying part.
All right, yes, sir. The author of this Scottish history is H.R.H. Prince Michael Stewart of Albany, head of the Scottish Royal House of Stewart, a descendant of the Stewart Pretenders. The word pretender did not originally have a pejorative meaning. These royals are de jure legal successors of the last Stuart monarch, Queen Anne.
Yeah, she's the last of the Stuarts. Go ahead.
With whose death in 1714 the throne passed to the Hanoverians.
Yeah, white folks took over. Jump down to H.R.H. Michael, second paragraph. H.R.H. Michael Stewart puts the...
H.R.H. Michael Stewart puts the circumstances in a rather straightforward manner in his narrative.
Watch this.
The Stewart family maternal line...
There's one, the Stewart family maternal line, the mother's side. Okay, because King James' mother's side was heavily royal. It was royal. We're gonna get into her mother's side in a minute, because the mom's side goes back as far as Macbeth. That whole line, the nigger, what's his name again? What's his name? The nigger. Kenneth the nigger, and Macbeth. All of them is the same line. All the same line. We gotta say it with passion. Kenneth the nigger. Kenneth, you gotta say it so no one's offended.
What you said, nigga?
Yeah. So the Stewart family maternal line. Go ahead. The mother's side. Go ahead.
H.R.H. Michael Stewart. Oh, I'm sorry, man. H.R.H. Michael Stewart puts the circumstances in a rather straightforward manner in his narrative. The Stewart family maternal line in France.
In France. Keep that in mind. Remember, Jazz, keep that in line. Yeah, the France. In France. Keep that in mind. Remember, we said earlier how the Moors, how they took over Spain, Portugal, they had parts of France. You remember that? Read that earlier. Regarding the Iberia of Scotland, the Berbers of Mauritania, they took that land over. Go ahead, the Punics. Go ahead.
Was descended from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
He believes his family is of Davidic ancestry, that is, from the Jewish King David, and he is therefore a Jew by descent. The Stuarts were among that set of French families that came to England.
French families. Oh, that's the father's side. Go ahead.
That came to England with William the Conqueror and his Norman army in 1066.
Go ahead, come on.
Originally named Fitzalan.
Yep. That's the father's side. Now, I didn't notice this here. I'm just reading down. And I know this is here, but it's good.
It's a link.
We got a link now. This is Fitzalan was King James' paternal line. The Fitzalans is King James' paternal line because they came from France. His father's side came from France. Mother's side from England. But they're the same family. Go ahead.
Originally named Fitzalan, the family took the name of Stewart after serving as royal stewards to the Bruce dynasty of Scotland.
Now, the word Stewart, we got too many things to touch on. We got to hit Stewart, and we got to hit France. Make a note of it. Yeah, well, it's here. Got to make a note of it. So, Stewart, read on.
The family took the name of Stewart after serving as royal stewards to the Bruce dynasty of Scotland.
Go ahead.
By marrying the female heir of King Robert Bruce in 1315. Walter Stewart is King James' father's line. Go ahead. Who, by this time, served also as regent.
That whole line, the Fitzalans, they were like warriors, and they were stewards, and they would help aid the kings down the line. Okay? And eventually, they were so noble and such a high reputation, they eventually invited into marriage into the family. That's what happened. Go ahead.
Ensured that his son Robert II eventually advanced to the throne of Scotland.
Now jump down to the Tamar part. That part I can't really go with. Go to page 33.
So understand, France Okay, France is gonna play a big part in the lineage of King James. Even the clans itself, the what we was going over the surname.
Yeah, we're gonna get it right now.
And the different clans.
Stewart and Campbell. Remember that earlier. Remember the map? Stewart and Campbell.
There you go.
Read that now. Read that. Watch. We're gonna stop at admixture.
Stewart and Caldwell. The Stewart donors scores match those of the Caldwell.
No, I'm sorry. We'll stop real quick. Now, the last page you read, the guy was saying that he bases his Jewish descent because of the maternal line. Because the so-called are saying down the line that the King James family were Jews based upon the mother. No, because in history, I'm gonna show you on history that they went by fathers. They went by fathers. But what happened was it was a mixture. Okay, I'm gonna get to that Lord's will later on, probably next episode, because I'm not gonna have time to go over that now. We got a text? Post it up, right, so I can read this out. I'll read this first. And I'll read the text. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Says
no. I'll read this first. And I'll read the text afterwards.
Sorry.
Yeah, read it.
Stewart and Caldwell.
Remember, Stewart and Caldwell. Go ahead.
The Stewart donors scores match those of the Caldwell donors in the second wave of immigration. So we now move to a discussion. Those Jews are crypto Jews.
Jews were Jews that were Jews openly during the Inquisition when they were being forced out of Spain for being in Judaism, and crypto Jews are Jews that were maintaining Judaism secretly, pretending to be Christians to maintain living in the land of Spain and Portugal before they were kicked out as well and enslaved. You read that earlier. Go ahead.
Who joined their co-religionists in Scotland after 1300.
So you had Jews living in Scotland also in 1300. Also, go ahead.
What we term the Caldwell Stewart haplotype.
Haplotype. It's like a blood type found in your genes. Go ahead.
Is the most frequent male haplotype on record.
Come on.
It is widely distributed throughout Europe.
Right, a genetic marker. Go ahead regarding your lineage. Watch this.
In America,
regarding the Stewart line and Caldwell line. I think Caldwell's on that map too, right? Caldwell?
Yes, sir.
Ain't Caldwell on that damn map we showed earlier? Caldwell? Did I see it earlier?
Should be.
Go back there real quick, real fast.
If not,
I thought it was Campbell. It's Caldwell. Go back.
I think it was Campbell you probably seen, but Caldwell might be there too.
I think I saw Caldwell too, but I didn't bother referencing it. I thought it was Campbell. Blow it up.
Yeah,
Look for Caldwell. Blow it up. Closer.
Come on, closer.
Campbell. Campbell. Cameron. Frazier. McLeod. Go over to the bottom. Kennedy.
Go all the way up.
Stewart. Campbell. No.
They go Murray.
I see Murray. Murray's fine, but I don't see Caldwell. That's fine. Let's go out this. I'll look up Caldwell another time.
Hey, and all these surnames, these clans on that map is going to play an important part later on in the series.
Yeah, where you at?
Yes.
It is widely distributed throughout Europe. In America, you're in America was underlined.
In America, it occurs in most ethnic populations.
So this gene found in the Stewarts and Caldwells is found in America in the genes of who? Watch. In the most ethnic populations. You know what ethnic is? Right, it's going to say what it is.
Including African American and Hispanic. Due to admixture.
Why is the Stewart line and Caldwell line found in blacks and Hispanics?
Damn.
Why is their genes found in them? Yeah. Because that's who was ruling. That's our forefathers. That's why it's saying that. Yeah. That's why it's saying that. That's why this book is the most important part. That's
bad.
You can't get around it. It says blacks and Hispanics due to admixture. They try to be sick of Hispanics. Hispanics are mixed, so they try to say that. But Hispanics is our people too. And it says that gene is in them. The Stewarts and Caldwells, you'll find their haplotype or their genetic marker in African Americans and Hispanics because those are our ancestors down the line. They passed it on to us. What's the text here?
Dang. Says, Shalom, Deacon. Can you go into the Kabbalistic Zohar text that caused the transatlantic slave trade?
No. I'm not going into that.
This is a bit far-fetched, my brother.
Yeah. The last one says,
hold on. My man said we must debunk it.
Must debunk. What is it called again?
The Kabbalistic Zohar
I don't want to be mean because I messed around, run to it, not to apologize. What is it called again?
It says, the Kabbalistic Zohar text that calls the transatlantic slave
That's not what
trade.
caused the transatlantic slave trade. That's false by in itself. The transatlantic slave trade was caused by the Inquisition of Spain.
Yeah.
That's what caused the Atlantic slave trade, not this. I don't know where that came from. The Spanish Inquisition. We read it earlier how the Jews were expelled from Spain, and how they had us as slaves in 1440 and so forth. That was the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade, along with the trans-Saharan slave trade. So I don't know where you got this Kabbalistic Zohar stuff from. I don't know where that. I'll look it up, but that does not have anything to do with or the forerunning of the slave trade. But I'll consider it. What else you got there?
As you claim. For some reason, it is classified by the dictionary as one of the major Bible commentary of history. And because of this, I'm a little confused. Has Esau got evidence for once? If so, we must debunk it. Indeed, we must debunk it. Can you discuss some of King James' many books, especially the commentary on Revelation? I researched James really did write an old book on Revelation.
King James had an interest in the Bible. He wrote books at the Bascalion Duran. He wrote to his son about how to spot a witch. He wrote commentaries on the Bible text. That's about it. He didn't write Bible scriptures. He just wrote. He was a Christian, and he hated the Catholic Church. And he was just simply emphasizing on the word of God. He was against he didn't acknowledge the Apocrypha as being canon. He felt that the Apocrypha was a book for understanding, but it wasn't canon. That's why he allowed it in the Bible, but he made sure it was separate from the old and new. But he allowed his entry into the Bible, but he said make sure you put old Apocrypha than new, because he didn't want them intermingled together. That's all I can think. That's all I know of regarding King James' knowledge of the Bible. Anything else?
Yeah, it says, Shalom Deacon. Who was Sanballat and what people are the Horonites today? Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 10, Sanballat was a Horonite.
You look it up. I don't know what it is. I know Sanballat was a heathen. Nehemiah was a enemy of ours. I think Horonites were Ham. I'm not sure. Let's look it up and see. These things you guys look up for yourselves. You don't need me to look up everything for y'all. What else is next? Who are the what? Horonites today? What else?
It was the same question.
Yeah. Just look it up. Look it up.
Look it up and what you research and just call to confirm. That's it.
Yeah. Look it up. You don't
Do
need
some work.
Yeah, I can't do y'all everything now. Shoot. All right.
Hey, real quick, Dig, you asked a question. Could you read that excerpt again when it says it's widely distributed throughout Europe, just please, real quick?
Yes, sir.
The name Caldwell.
The name Caldwell.
But it's widely distributed, guys.
It is widely distributed throughout Europe. In America, in America, it occurs in most ethnic populations, including African American and Hispanic, due to admixture. Is that what you want?
Yeah, and Deke asks, why is our name showing up there? Remember you said, why is that name showing up amongst the Hispanics?
Oh, yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? But allow me to answer it for them. They might not know the answer. Because we are not gay. That's why. You know what I mean? Who's marrying our people. And our names stand predominant. All right? I like that. I'm sorry. Get that soundbite.
What you just say?
Because we are not gay.
Because we are not gay.
We are not gay. Where we at? We want to post something, Jess? Or is that I forget?
Damn, I sound so good you ain't even understood what I said.
I'm like, yo, what?
I mastered it.
Hey, get the book with the map. No, matter of fact, get the page 235 real quick, and then go back to that book with the map, but not the map, the page. McDuff.
It was one more comment too.
The same guy?
No, different people.
Okay, what's the
says, I absolutely love you guys. Thank you. Shalom, my brothers. Raina,
you gotta let us know where you're from, where you watching from, so that way we'll know. We'll shout out your city. We'll shout out your school. Even probably some people are probably not part of IUIC.
Maybe, that's fine.
But that's fine. Just let us know your city, and we'll definitely shout you out.
What you got here?
So let's kind of go what we've been going over with this, as far as them taking over, us going into Africa, and how the slave trade and all that came about. So right here it says, in short, ever since the overthrow of the black nobility in 1455, or to go far further back, ever since the 10th century when a white king displaced a black one on the Pictish throne, those Moors who refused to accept the laws of the new civilization and who refrained from mixing their blood with that of the white races had been sinking lower and lower in the social scale until in the 16th century they had become outlawed, banditti, mossers, or even called gypsies. So showing that when Esau took over, we became lost in history pretty much, because in order to keep our to be of some relevance, we would have to mix our, Esau was saying we have to mix our blood with theirs, but we refuse to do that.
Okay. Read it again. I'm sorry. Read it again. Damn.
It said, in short, ever since the overthrow of the black nobility.
What book is this?
It's Ancient and Modern Britons.
Volume 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Page what?
235.
Uh-huh.
Says, in short, ever since the overthrow of the black nobility in 1455.
Wow, look at the year. Remember we read earlier, in Spain and Portugal, they had slaves in 1440s. So, excuse me, it was a time. It was like a piece by land by land. It was gradual. Go ahead.
Or, to go further back, ever since the 10th century, when a white king displaced a black one on the Pictish throne.
Wow, when a white king displaced a black one on the Pictish throne, meaning the Picts were black. Go ahead.
Those Moors,
which we'll go ahead,
who refused to accept the laws of the new civilization and who refrained from mixing their blood with that of the white races, had been sinking lower and lower in the social scale.
Wow.
Until in the 16th century, they had become outlawed banditti, mossers, or gypsies.
Wow.
I brought that up to you last night, correct?
About the gypsies.
We'll get more into it.
And I know we're going to get in that, but especially in Rome, and we were talking about Italy, right, Dick? We were talking about Italy, but in Rome, you have a lot of gypsies. The gypsies are the lower class. They're the niggas of Rome. And their ancestry might be connected to us. That's why they seen as lower class people.
The gypsies?
Yeah.
We got something on that. We'll get into that other time. We got something on two branches of gypsies, the white ones and black ones. We'll go into that.
Yes, sir.
But that's later on.
All praises.
If we find a way to segue it into there.
All right.
By the way, the Horonites is possibly Moabites as well. Right. To answer this question, it says it's derived by Gesenius for Horonaim, the Moabitish town, but by first Handu from Horon, Beth Horon.
Right. Yeah.
So I've heard it before. He's probably Moab.
It's in Jeremiah 48:3.
But
Horonaim, Moab.
All right, so he's Sanballat was Moab. All praise to the Lord. There you go.
And real quick, what you just read there, Jez. Remember you said the mulatto wasn't made in Spain.
It was not made in America. It was made in Spain.
All right. So now you've seen when they conquered these people, they had to marry in order to remain their status in society. Mm-hmm. And the more they refused, the more they sank lower and lower in society.
And the whites, what they did was to wash out the black. They have a thing called sangre azul, meaning blue blood or pure blood, where basically if they find that your lineage dates back to a black man, then that child, then I think they had to, that child couldn't hold certain positions, going back to that scale again. Mm-hmm. And if you had like a white father and black mother, you gained privilege because, remember, you are what your father is. They knew this back then.
Right.
All right.
And also, even in a lot of West Indian countries, you'll find that the mulattoes are the ones with the better jobs, with the better positions in society.
And they're Americans. You have the tares, the ones that get the land and so forth and own the casinos.
Correct.
That'd be the ones with the white daddies and they have mothers.
Yep.
You call them or white entirely. They'd be 5 cent Indians. They'd be the white and all together.
Yep.
Lying.
Yep.
There's more? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is another person. It says, Shalom leadership. There's a Gad tribe of Igbos in Nigeria called Umu Iri in Anambra State. Just wanted to know if you all can visit that village and spread the word there. I'm originally from Nigeria, Igbo, but now congregating with IUIC Los Angeles.
Shout out to Los Angeles.
Shout out. Well, I heard of Garangbe. I heard of them about the Gad thing, but I'm not familiar with the Igbos Nigeria being read. But I'm gonna be surprised. We have to, you know how we do. If you're with us, we have to have connections first. We can't just go into a terrain and not have anyone, to at least be around there from there. So Lord's will, if someone reaches out to us from that area, we've been to Nigeria before. I've been to Nigeria before, But once we get some contact information and so forth, then we'll eventually we'll break ground there eventually.
Or maybe you,
Hey.
and maybe
Or
you
maybe
could-
yourself.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Send out
Maybe
some
yourself.
flyers.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll have outreach, IUIC Philly outreach, reach out to you, and we could take as much information as we can.
I never heard
And
that
then
before.
we'll pass
I
it
know
up.
Garangbe. I know heard of them, the Gad thing, but not this group here. But who knows? Israel's everywhere. That it? And more?
There's more.
Okay.
Says, Shalom leadership, all praise to the Most High. Thank you for being
You
the
got more,
vessels through which the Most High is providing us with my needed history / information. Question: How are the Sabians? I think you.
Who are the Sabians? Those are Ethiopians. Those are that's a branch of Ethiopians. I think the Sabians are like Cush and Ishmael, or Cush and Abraham's children mingled together. Sabians are like a sect of they're a sect of Ethiopians. Like Sabians, like what's her name? Queen of Sheba, like Shebians. That's her. Same thing. That's that line. A branch of Ethiopians. I'll put it that way. Branch of Cushites, I believe. Sabians.
I think this is
Isaiah 45 is men of stature. The Egyptians, the Ethiopians, and Sabians. That's the Hamite families.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I think this is the last one. Says, Shalom, Deacon and officers, heroes of our hidden history. I've always been a fan of history and have what is it?
Had
delved into the history.
Mhm.
Delved into the history of our people before the truth, but not to the extent of this effort. You have taken the mantle from the bishops and done an exemplary job.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll praise
Thank
we
you,
are
thank you,
extremely
Doc.
proud of you all.
You have done an exemplary job. We are extremely proud of you all. Praise to the Most High. Shalom. Most High Christ. Thank you. All praise to the Lord. Thank you. Your big words have caused Abaddon to stumble, but we will help him stand again.
Whoopsie.
Damn. Is that it? Is that more? Is there one more? Right there. That was it.
I hope that was it. That was it. I'll praise it.
Damn.
You know what
His brain hurt. His brain's starting to hurt. It's like exemplary. Oh Lord. What words is this?
Trying to set me up.
Hey, pull that other book up.
Yeah, pull the book
Set
up.
up, bro.
With the map. You remember the one we just had with the map? Description.
They keep sending more, Deke.
More things to read.
I think because they know I'm reading.
All praise to the Lord. Exercise, brother. Exercise your mind.
Page 56. It's page 50 or 59, one of them. With McDuff. Just to get more on McDuff.
What is this? Is that the same brother again with the Zohar thing?
Yes. Says, you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In the Webster's Bible Dictionary, about the word commentary, it says about Zohar commentary, the Zohar. We must not fail to make mention of the Zohar, the Bible of the Kabbalists, the book of all others in the Middle Ages that dominated the thinking and feeling of the Jews for almost 500 years.
Okay.
How is black magic able to do as a commentary on the Bible? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Yeah. I just know that Israel was heavily involved in a lot of things. A lot of trains of thought and ideologies were floating around in the Dark Ages. So I don't know. I never delved into that before. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
The communists, that's the.
I know Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism.
Correct.
So we were dabbling in heavy witchcraft. And we remember when we came out. Actually, that goes back to Babylon. When Israel went to Babylon, and we brought back Babylonian ideals and rituals and so forth, and merged into Judaism, and that became the Talmud. You had the Babylonian Talmud, and you had the Jerusalem Talmud, which is basically the elders of Jerusalem that came back to Jerusalem. They brought that stuff in Jerusalem. And you had some that had it in Babylon, and then that's how the Talmud was born. The Kabbalah, that goes back to Babylon. And then when the Jews, I've over this years ago, when the Jews fled from Christian persecution, we fled into areas of Europe between the Black and Caspian Sea. We ran to the Khazars, and then we began to teach them Talmudism or that Babylonian Judaism, and then they adopted that. And that's how they became the converts you see today. That's that Ye is going against today. So that Kabbalism is probably what you're probably referring to the Jewish mysticism that we were dabbling in during that era. So the Kabbalah is simply Jewish witchcraft that we adopted and integrated into Judaism during Babylonian exile, and returned with, and we stayed in Babylon, or we brought her over to Eastern Europe, pretty much. That's all that is. If that answers your question, it's simply Jewish mysticism, the chakra, freaking Naruto, all that stuff, and jutsus, all that stupid nonsense. Human body and your hands and the star of Molech, all that stuff, that 6-pointed star, all that ties into that. Fire, water, what's it called? As is above, as above, so below. It's all the same.
The pyramid up.
The pyramids up and down, right? 160 degrees, the sun. It's all witchcraft.
Represent the man and the woman.
Man and the woman combine. Right, right. It's completion, a circle. It's a lot of stuff.
Can we read that book?
Don't lose your mind, brother. Don't go deep into these things. You'll mess around and bug out. I'm telling you. When I was in the world, I was dabbling into that stuff, and it's confusing. It sounds real deep. It's if y'all got kids in the room, cover their ears. It's bullshit. It's wacky bullshit. Trust me. When I was in the world, I was dabbling in that stuff. I was trying to learn that stuff. It was stupid. There's math and all that, and completion and women and man. It was ridiculous. It's like Egyptology. Same thing. The Ankh. It's the same thing.
Confusion.
Deep confusion. Dummy nonsense.
Can we read that scripture for us?
Stay in here. You're in the right place. Just stay with us. You'll be all right.
Dick, I got a scripture for him.
Yeah, get that. You got something?
The book
of
Ecclesiastes.
2 books. All right.
Yes, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes.
You wasting my time, brother. You killing my time. No more questions from you, man. Long paragraphs and soliloquies. You got something right there too? That's something there too? What's that?
That's the same guy.
Oh, that's it, man. You're killing me. What I say? Thank you?
Nah, he said the Zohar is the Kabbalah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, ready. Okay.
Thanks, brother. We done with that.
Thank you,
Zohar
brother.
Stuff, bro.
Let's go. Let's go back.
All right.
Can we read that scripture real quick?
Read that. Yeah, read that real quick. We reading.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 12.
Yeah.
And further by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end.
Right.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
Read on.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Yeah, stay in the Bible, bro.
That's it. Stay in the Bible, bro. Otherwise, you're going to be crazy like I was. Where we at?
All right, so going back to the clan Mick this, Mick that, which means son of, wanted to get some more on that with McDuff, Clan McDuff. Come on. It says, this surname is one of the most ancient in Scotland, and the chief was among the first of those nobles who became distinguished by the Saxon title of Earl. Dub, the BH having the sound of F, so Duff, or V is the term in Gaelic descriptive of a black or dark colored man.
Wow.
Wow. And all those who are of his clan refer to Macduff, the powerful Thane of Fife.
The powerful what?
Thane of Fife.
Oh, that name, Thane. Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to stay calm. Go ahead. Okay, continue. Thane of Fife. Go ahead. Who?
Remember Beowulf? He was a
right. Beowulf.
Was
If you watch, I've seen that movie Beowulf. He was a Thane.
Damn.
The main character of Beowulf was a Thane. That was his peep. He was called a Thane. That movie's crazy. Beowulf was a good show. It was an animated movie.
So he was originally black.
He was originally black. Beowulf was a black man. Yes, Thane. He was a Thane. Go ahead.
Who overthrew Macbeth in 1056?
Who overthrew Macbeth
as their common ancestor. Now, Deke, can we bring out Macbeth?
Yeah, we do. We got to bring out Macbeth. In that book, you got get
sure.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. Just get and do it, man. If I say no, come on, just do it.
You already brought it out.
You already said it, man.
Yo, D could have been holding it on for something else.
Yeah, nah, I'll forget about it. So you might as well just drop it out now, man. We get toward the end of the show, you start getting crazy. You start dropping jewels. So let's just do it.
Hey,
show the house too. The house.
Yeah, look up Holyrood Palace.
You gotta help them spell that, Jazz. They're gonna sit there and spell rude.
HOLYROOD. Holyrood Palace. It'll come up.
Palace.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. That's it. Put the palace up on the screen. It's on the top left. Is that in the left right there? With the white tops?
Right here,
yes.
That's it.
Put that up on the screen so everybody can see it. That plays a very important role. This goes back to the maternal. This goes back to the maternal line of King James. Okay, remember we mentioned Fitz-Allen. That's the Stewarts. That's his father's line. Walter Stewart, Fitz-Allen, they were Stewarts. That's the father's line. But the royal line of kings and queens is primarily his mother's side, which they married into because they maintained a repute of honor among the family. So they eventually married into the family. Okay, so they were Bretoni, they were French, they were Bretons. So the mom's side was a Breton, the father's side was a Breton with an E. Breton, France. Breton, Briton is Britain, Breton. That's the intermarried families.
And we got some stuff.
We gotta bring that out. We'll bring that all out. So we know Breton. We know what that does. That's Anglo-Saxons. Breton's Anglo-Saxons, right?
But the BRE.
No, not the BR. I mean the BRI.
The BRI is.
We touched that numerous times. Bretons is British. That's Anglo-Saxons. But the Breton, BRE, we'll touch on if we have time. But this castle right here is located where?
This is in
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh in England?
Scotland. In Scotland. Edinburgh Palace in Edinburgh, Scotland. Crazy. Palace of Holyrood House.
All right.
And in this house is possessed a whole bunch of paintings and portraits of kings and queens. Because this is our by the way, this is our castle, by the way. So you know. This is ours. We built this, it's ours.
About to prove it.
This is ours, okay? Our queen, our sister, was living in here. Well, she had a family over the walls.
All right, go out.
You watch movies of these white folks having their portraits of their mother and fathers and kings on the walls. That's what we had over here.
Go back to the page.
All right.
Now go a page above. Right there. Now go up a little bit. Right here. The bottom, very bottom, right there. All right. So it says Holyrood Palace is the royal abode of the past.
Holyrood Palace is the royal abode of the past. Damn.
And is now honored by Queen Victoria, finding here a few days rest as she passes north to Balmoral. The picture gallery and the rooms of Queen Mary and the dark blood-stained floor where her unfortunate Italian secretary, Ricia, was stabbed to death in her very presence.
Damn, the rooms of Queen Mary. Someone got stabbed up in there. It's not like a black people house. Damn, go ahead.
Are most shown and most mused upon by the stranger. In the picture gallery.
Go ahead.
Are portraits of all the kings.
There's portraits of all the kings on the walls in this castle of Holyrood. Go ahead.
Certain and reputed of Scotland.
Certain reputed kings of Scotland. Go ahead.
We stood long before that of Macbeth.
Macbeth. You know Macbeth. Shakespeare wrote about this man. Macbeth. Go ahead.
Wondering whether indeed that swarthy face.
That what?
Swarthy face.
Macbeth had a swarthy face? Macbeth had a swarthy face? Go ahead.
Those shaggy locks.
And he had shaggy locks in his hair. Go ahead.
Those gleaming, baleful eyes were those of a man who listened to the whispering of his ambitious and unshrinking queen.
My nigga.
So Denzel Washington is playing his own forefather. So when they had Denzel play Macbeth, they knew what they was doing.
And the name of this book is called What I Saw in Europe.
Right, because the person went into that castle, he saw Macbeth's depiction in the castle. Dark skin, curly, and shaggy locks of Macbeth painted. Come on, man. Come on. It's just, there's too much.
Oh, you gonna learn today.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Damn. So we're going to wrap it up on that. All right. Hope you guys got something on that. Hope you guys gleaned something from today's lesson. Shout out to the breakfast team. I'm burping all damn day every 5 minutes. I ate too much, ate too fast, but it was good. All praise to the Lord. And IT team did an excellent job the whole month, and they came through with flying colors. All praises for them for that.
All praises.
And shout out to the audience. Shout out to those who had commentary, who came and asked questions. Thank you for that, and as well as the encouragement. Thank you very much for that. Announcements, officer. Yeah.
Shout out. It was two young brothers that we met during Tabernacles. One of them was Aaron. that did the research, you know, they went deep into it. I'm still waiting for y'all to send me that information.
The young boys you ran to?
Right.
Yeah.
So shout out to these brothers. I know brother Aaron is from Tallahassee, Florida. So keep researching, man. As you come up with these things, share it with us, and you know the deacon will come and let you know if it's the right path or not.
Yeah, I make sure to shout them out when I go into that book about the things you show me out there in Tabernacle. So make sure you give proper respect to the information provided to, because we had the book, but we didn't go that far into the book that he did. So he brought some things to our attention that we're gonna delve into at another time. All right. So all praises to you young brothers, up and coming scholars in Israel, man. All praises to you.
Hey, shout out to
the Lord's will. God forbid anything happens, y'all can take the mantle, man. Y'all just keep doing what we're doing. You know, it is what it is.
Right. Hey, shout out to Officer Intellis. That's his son from Florida, Tallahassee, Florida. So he's doing a great job, Pops. You know, keep the brothers into this truth. All right, all praise to the Most High.
All right, Israel, let's give Deacon another hand for that class. All praise to the Most High.
Oh, shout out to we got guests also, newlyweds.
Right.
Absolutely.
Bring it out.
Hey,
Bring it out.
We got Officer Mark from DC, newly married with his bride here, Sister Lily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out.
All praise.
Thank you for stopping by and visiting
We got a live audience of two, man. Lord's will, we're going to extend it. You got the first audience, first live audience.
Exactly.
So,
This is a mark.
Some love.
all praises.
All praise the Most High. Israel, you can always subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Our Hidden History Radio, IUIC Philadelphia, and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom, all right? You can subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can know when we go live, all right? Don't forget to donate to Our Hidden History on PayPal to IUIC.Philadelphia@IsraelUnite.org. In the comments section, put OHH. Also, donate to the Booster Club, IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. And last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC. And coming up next is Raven and Wolves with Deacon Malachi. Also, one last thing, don't forget to subscribe and support IUIC Diaspora page, which goes into a lot of history that Deacon and the Bishop's been going into of the diaspora of Israel throughout the world. All right? That's it, Deacon.
All right, shalom. Until then, next week, Lord's will. Shalom. Most High Christ bless. See y'all then.
Shalom. Right, bless.
Christ bless.
Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you know your history? Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you know your history? Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know